everybody? It's Monday, and we got some paintball stuff we're going to talk about. This obviously, I mean, if you read the title of this maybe and saw the thumbnail, there have been some pro paintball moves. Quite a few players have been shifting around. We're going to talk about that. MacDev are going to release a new Cyborg. And that's about all. Just a lot of pro people moving around. And yeah. And as with always, we want to thank bfpgear.com. Right there, BFP Gear, the best paintball website on the internet. Man, PB Nation used to be pretty good. BFP Gear, why are we not switching over? I was going to say, whoa, look at our Jimmy Jam is messed up. Let's move ourselves over. They just got a bunch of new stuff, and there's a lot of Black Friday sales as well. So they just got the brand new infamous Kevlar ACP joggers, and they're already on sale. So there's a bunch of good sales going on right now. I noticed that infamous stuff was on sale. The HK Army stuff is on sale. Maybe you want to get the best paintball mask on the market, the Carbon Zero. Make sure to head over to BFP Gear. You can use a link below. It'll send you right over there. Check out BFP Gear, the sponsor of this live stream. And what are you guys talking about here? Chris, good evening. Can you make a pro moves chart? You know what I would do is on Iconic Paintball or PB Nation. There's actually a good list on both of those. Yep. So we might as well talk about it. Some of those pro moves. We'll start with, I think, probably the biggest news of the off season. Maybe the biggest news since AC Diesel. Let me, I got so much stuff in here. Make me make sure I'm pulling up the right slideshow. Yeah, so Edmonton Impact have kind of completely reloaded their roster. Surprisingly, maybe, Impact has been good for a long time. I mean, Impact's been one of those top teams for 15-something years, and they did really well at World Cup, taking a second place, their best finish in quite a while. So, it's weird to see top-tier teams like Edmonton Impact add 4 of the best players in the world, so I don't know if they're going to be better or worse. Taking a second place is, pretty goddamn good. Whether this new updated version of the roster by adding these guys right here, adding Tyler Harmon. Tyler Harmon has been with Houston Heat for quite a while, for 3 years. He spent 12 years with Dynasty before that. We have Rainey Stanzak. Rainey spent the last 4 years. No, never mind. Rainey spent 4 years with Impact from 2014 to 2018. Played for X Factor for a while now. Alex Goldman, coming up here. My slides are all out of order, so it's throwing me all off. Alex Goldman also played for Impact for a very long time. Alex played for, right there, played for Impact from 2016 to 2022, only leaving when that AC Diesel team started pulling everybody over. It's just interesting, right? I mean, because Impact already has a stellar roster. If we look at this little deal I put up, this is what we're going to assume that 2025 roster is going to be. Alex Goldman, Rainey Stanzak, Tyler Harmon, Marcelo Margot, those 4 new guys. They're going to probably keep the Cornells, I assume. Brandon and definitely Justin Cornell will stay there. Nick Laval apparently is going to stay, Mike Urena, and Zach Yakimek. But that means they're going to get rid of players, right? Some of these guys have actually already found teams. We just saw a few hours ago that Trevor Reeser, right there, kind of in the middle of that 2024 roster, is going to go back over to Impact. But that still leaves other guys, right? Where's Matt Derula going to go? Where's Mike Zupa going to go? I assume Tyler Panilio, he will probably stay on Impact. I'm not 100% sure. But Tyler's a local kid. here in Sacramento who's extremely good. Kind of Dave Baines' little like local project person. So it's possible that he'll still stay there. But I assume, if Matt Derula and Mike Zupa continue to play, maybe they'll end back up on Revo, kind of a place where they'd spent some of their career previously. And speaking of Baltimore Revo, Speaking of Revo, there we go. They've added back a few guys. Stephen O'Mara. O'Mara was played with Revo, really forever. He played with Revo since their inception, I believe, for over a decade. Played last year with the Ironmen, but going back to Revo. They also added coach Chris Jansen. Chris Jansen, before coaching Revo, we should say, actually coached with Tampa Bay Damage last year. He was kind of like their assistant coach. Previously, he was the coach for NRG. And then I believe played with Revo too. I'm not 100% sure. But adding Archie Barnes is probably going to be their biggest pickup. I think that it's for sure something we've seen over the last few years is having a extremely dominant, quick, fast snake player is advantageous. But that's always been the case. It's not like that's, a brand new thing. But it seems like those guys are kind of hard to come by. I think of like really good, small, fast snake players. Archie Barnes would be on that list. Keith Brown is on that list. Axel Godin is on that list. So finding one of these like extremely good snake players is a big deal. So Archie Barnes, ABJ, going over to Revo is probably a big deal and should hopefully bolster that Revo roster. Revo the last few years, I think this year really was their maybe first year with new kind of owner Tom Four. Tom Four has been around for paintball for a long time. I think this is his first or second year, right? Second year owning the team, first year, I don't know. But they're spending money. I don't know, let's just blast through all these, we're just going to blast through all of the roster changes. And another big kind of news for fast, good, aggressive snake eyes is Connor Kelly. Connor Kelly is a guy who's kind of come to, we'll say, paintball prominence over the last few years. He played with Houston Heat last year and played very well. Previously, he was on the ML Kings and kind of came maybe, I don't want to say out of his shell, but maybe started to flourish and maybe play a little bit better and even maybe not play a little better. He's definitely very good and kind of started showing that more on Houston Heat. So going over to Aftershock is good. We haven't seen a lot of Aftershock roster moves. I think we'll probably see more. I'm pretty sure Alex Rodriguez is not going to be playing next year with them. He announced his fourth retirement or something like that. So Connor Kelly, certainly a good pickup for Aftershock, but definitely not a good loss for Houston Heat, as well as they lost Tyler Harmond going over to Impact as well. So Houston Heat not looking like they've picked a lot of people up or not bolstered that roster yet. And then the ML Kings. The ML Kings are, I don't know what the hell is going on with the ML Kings. I never know what the hell is going on with the ML Kings, but they picked up Josh Taylor. Josh is really good. Josh is a back kind of mid player. Played for New York Extreme for a very long time, since they became pro as well. New York Extreme went pro in 2018, so this will be Josh's, 7th year professional. And probably another one of those guys that when he came, in the NXL, was obviously good. I mean, everyone on the pro rosters is very good. But I think that we started seeing him play a little bit more, maybe not better or worse. I just feel like that I've seen more times when he's done more memorable moves in these last 2 years or so. And then, New York Extreme getting relegated into that semi-pro division obviously is going to leave some of these players' positions, or leave players without teams, I should say, like Josh Taylor, and we also saw Thomas Taylor looking for possible teams in the future. But we haven't heard anything from Thomas, although I wouldn't be surprised maybe if Thomas does go back to Infamous, just like Trevor Reeser is going to go back to Infamous after playing with Impact for the last 2 years. Yeah, so I believe those are all of our roster moves so far. I mean, we kind of blasted through those really fast. We have all the Impact guys. All the Impact guys that got picked up. Alex Goldman right there. Marcelo Margot. Rainey Stanzik? Nope, Tyler Harmond. And then Rainey. Josh Taylor is going to the ML Kings. Revo got a bunch of people. Archie Barnes. That's a big pickup. That probably is a good pickup for them. But then obviously Notorious losing him is not the greatest. So I don't know. I just blasted off all the goddamn... all the... whatever. What are you guys saying? Didn't Rainey play for 2 years with Dynasty, or was that Mouse? Mouse for sure did. I don't think Rainey ever did. Did Mouse? Or maybe I'm crazy too. Now I'm all confused. Why is this Stream Elements bot running? I don't know. Who knows? Chris, what'd you say? Baines is pissed about losing in the finals, scooping up everyone. Yeah, I would be too. But it's weird, right? Because they're already they're so good. I think that one of the things we've also seen, and we've known this forever. I mean, if anyone's watched any type of professional sports, I think that the biggest thing is just having a good team and everyone gets along well and you understand everybody and everyone's on the same page and they're just a team, and that's one thing we've seen. I think definitely these last couple years, definitely this year when we saw PB Fit. Paintball Fit might not have individually the best players in the league, but they've certainly shown at World Cup that they maybe are the best team. The Russians are certainly a team. Dynasty is certainly a team. Damage are certainly a team. So those teams that are actually like comrades seem to do the best. Maybe we saw that's why AC Diesel. AC Diesel has one of the best rosters, but it didn't do well ever. It took them 8 tournaments to start doing halfway decent. Who knows? Cole almost missed the stream. What's going on? Hello. Impact is basically an Aftermath reunion, some brain says. That's what I thought. But I was trying to look for pictures really quickly, 30 minutes before this started, because it kind of dawned on me. And I was trying to find old pictures of the roster and see how many guys are on Impact were on Aftermath at the same time. Because we know Rainey was, and Mouse was, and Marcelo was. But that might be all. I don't think that there's are there more guys on Impact? I don't think so, actually, right? It's just, did Tyler Harmon? I don't think Tyler ever played for Aftermath. Maybe he just played a tournament. So maybe it's just Alex Goldman, Rainey, and Marcelo. I mean, Mikey Arena technically might have played for Aftermath, but who knows? Who thinks these additions to teams are good? Tell me something. Hit me up in the chat. Go at me. ABJ went to Revo, yeah. Mouse played with a Fragey jersey. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Well, one thing you guys can do, you can like the live stream if you liked that whole 4-minute segment we just did. You can always give the live stream a like. Definitely liking the live stream is helpful. Yeah, helpful. What else can we talk about? We don't really have that much. Oh, I thought this was kind of funny. I was going to try to play a joke on everybody, but I didn't do it. I was going to tell everybody these are the new snake bunkers. Be like, yo, the NXL is going crazy and they are releasing more snake beams. The new snake beams. Cole says Margot going to Impact for sure. I don't know. I just literally talked about it. What are my thoughts? Really, Marcelo going to Impact. Marcelo going to Impact is kind of crazy, right? Like, it's definitely not something I expected. The way that he talks about Dynasty, it kind of felt like he would probably play with them forever. And, maybe when Greenspan and, Frey and Yosh retire, I kind of thought that, maybe Marcelo takes over the reins of the team and kind of becomes like the guy, just like Greenspan kind of is now. So it's definitely kind of surprising. It definitely did not see it coming. It's not surprising that Rainey and Mouse are going over because they've, switched around teams before. And they've also played for Impact in the past, so it kind of makes sense. But definitely seeing Marcelo go leave Dynasty is kind of crazy. It's not really something that I expected, for sure. And I imagine, most of the teams. So most people probably were kind of curious. Mark, namaste, at ease. My neck kind of hurts. I coughed really hard the other day and I hurt my neck or something. It's crazy. Flick Freaks, how do you spend your off season? Or do you recommend people spend their, or how do you recommend people spend their off season? Geez, I don't know. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want with your free time. I don't know. My off season for paintball is not all that much different. I feel that some people live where you can't play year round. And, in California, we can pretty much play every weekend. So there kind of isn't an off season. And I'm not playing on teams either. So I'm not traveling to tournaments and doing all that either. So it's not like there's a team schedule that I have to adhere to or anything. Yeah. Some people might be excited about this. This is the only thing we've got left to talk about tonight. You don't actually get to see it, though. Where the hell's the goddamn graphic? Oh, we got a couple things we can watch, too. I actually kind of want to watch a video. We can watch an old video. Where in the heck is the, Okay, maybe not. Let's click the link then here and go to Instagram. Choop. So this is kind of interesting. What does this actually say? So this is from MacDev, posted, when was this, last week? 6 days ago. Kind of interesting, right? I mean, something we've been kind of talking about for a long time is if any of these companies are going to release a new poppet valve gun. And apparently they are, because this says, at MacDev, we deeply value the opinions and feedback of our customers. Your insights are vital to our success, and we want to ensure that you have the best. I can't freaking see. We want to assure you that we have been diligently working for months, and we are still working to develop a new version of the Cyborg that meets and exceeds your expectations. We understand the excitement surrounding this release. And while we are committed to delivering an exceptional product, we kindly ask for your patience as we refine every detail. I don't know. We promise to do everything in our power to make you enthusiastic about our platform. Okay. The new Cyborg will be produced in a limited edition of just 200 units. It will be available exclusively through our authorized dealers. Moreover, all customers who have purchased markers from the X series will be eligible to pre-order the new Cyborg 1 week before its official launch date. So interesting. So essentially, people who purchased the GTX, that bad boy right there, get first dibs on the Cyborg. And I don't know, releasing these limited edition guns is cool, I guess, but it's kind of also a little bit scary for end consumers, right? So we're kind of seeing this with the die gun, right? The DLS. The DLS that was just kind of just released. I mean, you know, about a year ago now. The DLS released in, was it 500 units or 750? I think it was 500. Either way, it was a limited edition. And, you know, one of the problems with that is that parts are going to be rare. You know, one of the good things about, like, you say the Mini GS or like the Empire Axe is they've kind of been the same gun for 20 years or like 15 years. So that means that parts are all over the place and parts are easy to find. And guns that they're only making 200 of, you know, like how many spare parts are they going to make? Probably not a lot. So I assume parts would be a little bit difficult to find. And I don't know. I'm just not sure. It's kind of an odd thing. I mean, I would assume that the cost is going to be very high too, producing stuff in such low volume. So it will be interesting. I mean, I know that a lot of people want these pop-it valve guns. I've kind of always liked the ergonomics of the Cyborg. The last Cyborg 6, I did not have good luck with. So hopefully the new Cyborg X will be cool. Although we don't have any pictures, we don't have any information at all. They just said, hey, we're making it. So it's like, okay, you know, when is it going to come out? Like 2040? I don't know. You know, Field 1 had been working on a G7R for like 7 years or something. So it's like, you know, just because they're working on it doesn't necessarily mean it's coming quick, but I would assume so. Like you'd think you'd announce it and then it would be coming a little bit sooner than later, but who knows? Nicholas Blevins, what'd you say? You said, so, question. When Planet Eclipse or Lux make a new marker, do we have any idea how many typically get built before the next new marker? It's obviously a lot different, right? Like, obviously, Planet Eclipse is considerably higher. Man, Eclipse is really hard because they sell so many more guns. Wait, Punishers has a video on the Cyborg or they have a video on the GT? We'll check really fast. Quantities of guns that are sold. I don't really know. I think that, let's look at Punishers really fast. I know I saw Punishers with the GTX video. Yeah, there's no Cyborg video. There's no Cyborg video. Quantities though, I don't know, let me think about it for a second. So it's really difficult with Planet Eclipse because like, they sell so many guns. It's really hard for me to like understand because they sell so many more internationally than like the Luxes and stuff. I would say, I mean, I would bet that like, let's say the TM40, the previous Lux, it was out for what, 2-ish or 3 years. They probably sold, I don't know, 8 to 10,000, I would assume. It's not a crazy number. I would assume 8 to 10,000 units. That'd probably be good. Maybe it's closer to 20. I would assume Planet Eclipse probably sold like 60 to 70,000 like CS2s. I probably could have told you these numbers. Like 10 years ago, I probably could have told you the real numbers, but I just forget now. That's my guess. Who knows though? But 250, yeah, it's just weird. It's just, or 200, someone said 250 and it threw me off. It's just such a low number that it's like, you know, it'd just be hard to manufacture. So who knows? Not a fan of the FOMO trend Paintball has been leaning towards. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel both. I feel that. 8,000 Luxes is $12 million. Yeah. I would say that's probably right. Because, I mean, the whole paintball industry is only like 400 million or something, the entire industry. FOMO stuff. Yeah, I mean, the like, what's it called? Like planned scarcity or like planned scarcity, when they like purposely don't make enough of something so that like it makes it more desirable and drives the cost up or whatever. And, you know, lots of companies do that. But I don't know if it's like always the case, you know, like artificial scarcity. Is that what I said? No. I forgot. I don't know. But sometimes it's just like easier, you know, like I say they're only making 200 guns, and it's, you know how it's way easier to make 200, right? You don't have to probably spend as much money up front. You're not going to make as much money per gun, but you know, it's way cheaper to make 200 than 2,000. It just kind of is. So I sort of understand, you know, some of these companies making small quantities of things because they're not sure if they can sell it, and it's a lot of money. You know, like I've talked about this company Phase Paintball. We're going to start here fairly soon, and you should see something soon. But I'm going to make small quantities of stuff too. And it's not because I'm trying to like do the artificial scarcity thing. It's because like I would like to be able to sell more things. You know, like if we look at like the Paintball Ruin My Life headbands we have right here, you know, I bought way the fuck too many of these things, and they're finally starting to dwindle down. There's only, you know, some of them there's still over 10 and 15, 20 quantity of, but most of these there's only a handful left, and I probably should not have ordered so many goddamn headbands. So one of the reasons I want to make smaller quantities is so that I can like just do it. I can like sell it and do something else rather than have like, you know, something that I have to sell for a whole 2 years or 3 years because I bought so many of the goddamn things. And it's just cheaper, you know, I don't have to make, you know, 400 headbands at a time or 500. We can make, you know, 50 or whatever the number is. Yeah. Planned scarcity, is that what I said? Artificial scarcity is for sure, right? Chris, get some FOMO going for Phase. Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably happen. I mean, I would like it to happen because that means people like the products, but I don't think I will purposely make things rare. Who knows? If you don't like them, don't buy them. No long-term contracts. That's right. What are you guys talking about? For MacDev, it might be to test the market for sure, 100%. They're such a small company in the industry, 100%. That's why I was like, it's not as risky to like spend all that money. So it's just kind of like easier. You know, I think that's why like Planet Eclipse doesn't, I mean, I don't know though, right? Like, because Planet Eclipse said for a long time that they didn't want to release a poppet valve gun. They didn't want to release like an LV2 because no one would buy it. They're like, no one wants them, you know, like the spool valve guns have gotten so good. Most people don't want that poppet valve style. And they are right. I mean, most people don't. I bet they sell like one LV2 for every other gun they sell. So, or like one LV2 for every CS3 or G5 or Go5R, R5. Yeah. So I don't know. But people have been asking for a long time for those poppet valve guns. But you know, one thing I notice is people ask for things and then it comes out and they don't buy it. So people talk a lot. Both teams are acceptable. Cool crazes. Both teams. You know what's kind of cool? Something I watched the other day. We'll watch a little bit of this. This is Verbal. Most of you guys are probably aware who this Verbal character is. You can see Verbal right there. There is a link in the description. Go over there. He has 10 times almost the amount of subscribers I have, which is crazy. That's pretty crazy to me. So this is you know, he's been following around Paintball Fit for a long time. You can see season 5, episode 6, and whoops, I gotta switch my speaker setup over here. Kajingo. What is going on? Can you guys hear that? I can't hear it. Are my headphones not plugged in or something? Oh shit, they're not. That'll do it. Like, what the hell's going on? There it is. Yeah, so it's cool. You know, this is something I would have died for when I started playing paintball. For sure. You know, I always thought that like all these like trips these guys were on and like, you know, just traveling around and like having fun with your friends is truly what paintball is about to me. Like, that's why I liked paintball tournaments, because we just, you know, go to places like this and hang out with the team and have fun dinners and, you know, dick around in the hotel room. But it's just a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. And if you're a fan of paintball, a fan of Paintball Fit, I just go watch it. They're fun. It shows you kind of who the players are. I'm trying to find the goddamn volume so you guys can hear it.
Now that I'm out and they hit big, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. I'm gonna be so mad.
It's just fun, so we're not gonna watch this whole thing. Like I say, I don't like to just watch people's videos on
Play for
here.
the person next to you. Play for those long nights. Play for those early mornings, right? Fuck all these motherfuckers, boys.
Play for long. Oh, I get it.
Team here. Let's win World Cup, right? Right? With all due respect to everyone.
Why would you
here,
want to play for early
everyone
mornings?
here, motherfuckers! This is our shit. Hey, they're on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go, boys!
Hell yeah. Paintball Fit's dope. I hope they don't falter next year and do a good job. So go check this out. Look at how long it is. It's almost an hour long. We got like gameplay stuff. And you get to experience what it's like to win a paintball tournament.
Yeah. Every single bunker gets pushed. You cannot physically split the bunkers.
I thought that was Carl Hotmarkowski for a second. Go check it out. There's a link in the description. Peep it out. Nate Dogg, what up, baby? Is the Ion still good? Miles asks. Sure. I mean, there's definitely better paintball guns, but the Ion's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. Spare parts, shocker, still good. I don't know. Oh, smart parts, shockers. Oh, I don't know. We start talking about old stuff, it gets kind of weird, right? Because parts are going to be harder to find. We're talking about like old guns. Whoops. Whoops. We're talking about old stuff, you know, it's like looking at like old cars. And you gotta think like a 20-year-old paintball gun is like half of the lifetime of paintball. So it's like buying a car from the 50s or some shit, you know? Yeah, it works, but you know, fixing it's gonna be more difficult, finding parts are gonna be more difficult. There's certainly guns that are better now. Even stuff that's brand new. You can get for about the price of some of those used shockers or whatever, and I would rather have something more modern. But old guns are fun, you know, like old stuff is cool, but you gotta know what you're doing, kind of just like those cars, right? You're not gonna go buy a classic car and just be like, oh, I gotta fix the transmission today. If you don't know anything, like, good luck. So my advice is don't buy that old shit. I mean, you can, but you might be in for a world of hurt in the future. My boss gave me a Benjamin Sheridan P series. I don't even know what that is. Sounds cool. Wish Bob still made guns. Which Bob? Bobby Long? Bobby Long, he kind of still does. He's just not technically Bob Long. Air gun. Taylor White, what are you saying? Off season for everyone but Mech? Out Cup isn't until last day of January. I don't know what that means. Bobby Long. You know what should we watch this together? We don't got anything cool to talk about. We might watch this. So the other day, I actually borrowed some DVDs from a friend a while ago. Paintball DVDs, all bunch of stuff. And I bought like an external DVD player, and I couldn't get the goddamn thing to work. Well, it'd work on like half the DVDs, sorta. Sometimes they'd read, sometimes they wouldn't. And then I realized that I left a DVD in the DVD player, and I had to take it out, and so I had to plug it in to get power, and it just booted up. I was like, what the fuck? So all of a sudden, this DVD player that I got to rip DVD started working again. I don't know. So I thought it would be kind of fun to not do that. I thought it would be kind of fun to watch something old. Let me hold on one sec. I'm gonna grab the DVD case. So, what do we have here? Let's go back to this really fast. So this is got some stuff. Some of these are like, kind of cool, and some of them are like, whatever. This is something I've never seen. So we're gonna watch part of this, but that's not the actual disc. I'll find the actual one. So I want to check out this. That's what we're gonna watch right now. The Extreme Paintball Beyond the Paint Volume 1 as seen on Fox Sportsnet. We got Alex Fragy in there, Crystal Soya, Ryan Greenspan, Rich Telford, and some extras. Who else is on the cover there? We have Brian Fow. Damn, it's so hard to see turned around like that. JC Weddington. Right there, that's JC. That's Alex Lindquist, Rich Telford. Look at Travis Lemansky right there. Ooh, Chris Lasoya. Yeah, so I burnt all of these. So we got Volume 1 that actually has like 4 episodes on it. So you can see the shows right there. How each of those are pretty long, so they're all 22 minutes, each one of those. So there's kind of like 4 episodes like per disc. These are just more seasons. There's Bring Out Your Dead by Dirter, but that's not actually in there. That is Progression by Dirter. If any of you guys remember this stuff. Here's the oldie. That's the best DVD. That's the best video ever made. Bam. It's probably, maybe like 1 or 2. We got some Nicky Truder stuff. I don't know. This is interesting. Hell Week. That's some weird shit. Like, that's something that not a lot of people have probably seen. Here's an official MPPL DVD too, which is kind of cool. Okay, so let's check out this. Let's check this out. So this is, like I said, let's bust this out again. This is disc 1, or volume 1. Volume 1, episode 1, the Alex Fragy edition. Starting now.
Now on Extreme Paintball, Beyond the Paint. Let's go!
It's so cool. So this is 2006. I'm like 90% sure, because it has a copyright of 2007 on the back. So this is old.
Friendship's not an issue anymore.
What I find the most funny about this, though, is there's, people in this that are like still playing paintball now that are, they're still playing. So it's just funny to see guys like nearly 20 years ago. This is a paintball TV show, though. There's a bunch of funny stuff in here, I think. Neil! Was that Neil? Did I see Neil? I don't think so. Nope. That was JC. Talk to me in the chat, though. Let me know, like, what you guys think or what's funny. I want to know.
We're not just a bunch of kids running around out in the woods.
Currently ranked as the top extreme sport in the United States, paintball is an explosive blend of action.
It's exciting. You never
I
know
just think this is so funny.
what's gonna happen.
Athleticism, teamwork,
You need more than just a good paintball player. You need a team, you need focus.
and strategy.
Look at how good the field looks, though.
But most of all,
Listen to that gun. Can you guys hear that?
Focus.
Listen to this one, like, right here.
and strategy. But most of all,
That's semi. That sounds like semi.
paintball is all about adrenaline.
What makes it an extreme sport is just like the action that's going on, what's happening on the field. It's constant action.
You're not getting shot once, you're getting shot 8, 9 times.
Where the hell's
Shoot
that?
people. What more fun than that? It's like a movie.
Yeah, that's
It's like a movie.
Well, I hope that everybody watches this, goes and plays some paintball, see somebody. It's fun.
Left right, 3 to 2. Left right, 3 to 2.
I'm out
SC
there to win, and I'll
Village.
do whatever it takes to win.
This season, we'll dig deeper into the lives of the sport's most exciting and experienced pros to reveal
Look
their
at that, though.
personality,
We don't have anything like this now.
reveal
There's Marcus.
to reveal
Trying to
their
rewind,
personality,
stupid thing.
as well as the culture of what paintball is today.
There's nothing like shooting at your friends, you know, and talking to them about it later.
From the likes of veterans Rich Telford and Chris Bad Boy Lasoya,
Everybody has their thing. I like shooting people.
San Diego surfer Ryan Greenspan, Swedish model Alex Lundqvist, and the eccentric artist and magician
God damn. Look at how
San
handsome
Diego
Alex
surfer
is.
Ryan Greenspan, Swedish model Alex Lundqvist, and the
Woo! Look at how handsome he is. That's not the Alex. I actually meant to stop on the other
Ryan
Alex.
Greenspan, Swedish model
That
Alex
one. He's almost pretty, right? It's almost like weird.
Lundqvist, and the eccentric artist and magician
Magician?
Alex Frazier.
Life of a paintball superstar.
These ambassadors and more will show us why paintball has become one of the most
It's like he learned one magic trick and then they're like, you're a magician. Oh, hey, look at that guy. Everybody hated that guy.
and more will show us why paintball has become one of the most addictive young sports today.
The next generation.
He was the villain in the recent one of the recent YouTube videos I made.
Is going to define what this paintball sport looks like.
Both on the field and beyond the paint.
People know now. People know about paintball. They know it's a cool sport.
What's everyone saying like HB for?
Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts, where the NBPL Super 7 Series has drawn more than 150 teams.
This is just so funny to me.
For the teams racing for not only first place, but for the season championship. National network coverage will be focused on the NBPL center court. So get set for some extreme paintball.
Look at that though, that's crazy.
The NPPL Super 7 paintball is a combination of tag and hide and seek. Each team of 7 will try to capture the opposing team's flag and then hang it on their side
Evie
of the
Williamson.
field. Their strategy will be to hide and maneuver through a series of NPPL bunkers, like the cans of various sizes, the car wash,
No, cans are all the same
the
size.
Doritos.
They had the like fat can. I guess they maybe had
And
the
the
fat
snake.
one.
The goal is to eliminate the opposing players and advance across the field to the flag, racing against a stalemate.
The big learning curve, honestly, is just kind of getting the feel for the game, getting out there, learning, you know, hey, am I allowed to pop over the top, coming out the side? Am I being too big? Am I leading with an elbow?
Yeah, you're coming out too far there.
how to play
That's for sure.
how to play a snake. I mean, there's a million little things like tilt your hopper in and crawl down here and just become less of a target. And then there comes after that, once everyone kind of knows how to play, it's more of an experience thing, and so you just got to make the right decisions.
Coming up on FSN. Our first NPPL match.
I know there's actually matches in here, so we'll actually watch matches. I don't know. They're gonna. There we go. Hurricanes.
Hi, I'm Alex Reggie of Team Dynasty. When running Dynasty paintball clinics, we see all types of paintball players. Whether you're just getting into paintball or ready to step up to the next level, the JT Ready to Play kit has everything you need.
The RTPs.
Get this $200 kit and a JT gear bag.
The disposable
for only $99.
88 gram.
To find a store near you, go to jtusa.com.
Look at how excited he is.
Are you ready to
I used to
play?
have that hat. That exact hat.
Spider Classic Series. The Spider VS Series. The Spider MR Series. Celebrating 15 years of performance, reliability, and design.
That's so funny. Who is that? That's not even Bad Company, I don't think. Weird. Well, maybe. The interviews might have been filmed in Huntington Beach. Maybe not, though. I mean, because the guys do live in San Diego, so they can just, like, walk to the beach and film, you know? Ooh, look at this. This is like an actual ad. You know, thank God we don't do that anymore, though. Like, when guys pulled their guns over the top like that, it's so stupid. Like, you know, like, look at how, like, pulling their gun, like, over the top. Everybody used to do that. You go this, like, it's like, just, boop, just pick it up like that. Like, I don't know. Everyone used to do it. I don't know what field they're at. That's definitely somewhere in Southern California. That might have been like Camp Pendleton back in the day. I don't know.
FSN's coverage of Extreme Paintball
Beyond the Paint
is brought to you by JT Paintball, Paintball for Life. By Mad Croc, energy gum, fruit chews, and drinks.
Yeah, I don't remember Mad Croc stuff at all. I don't know what the hell's going on.
For paintball.
Mad Croc.
Paintball as the NPPL Super 7 Series continues from Boston, Massachusetts. Our first game features San Diego Dynasty.
LJ.
Come on now. You want an answer? What? You want an answer?
Versus the hometown favorite, New England Hurricanes.
What's so crazy about this is it feels like so long ago, but like it feels like so recently too.
Same sort of edge he brings to the paintball field.
I do a lot of stuff just hanging out around San Diego. I'm your average teenager, except that I'm 24. I grew up as an artist. You know, my mom put me in art classes when I was a kid, and I really found that as a good way to express
Fresh
myself.
eggs.
So, you know, if I'm ever feeling like I need to get out a little anger or frustration, I'll, you know, paint a picture or get my sketchbook out and just go to work in there. Like basically right out of high school. I was
What about
gonna go to
magic?
design school in
I thought he was like
LA
doing
or Rhode
magic.
Island, but I said, you know, screw it. I'm going to go play paintball.
Rhode
Hang out in
Island.
San Diego with my friends.
It's gonna go to freaking
Morning, Michelle.
whatchamacallit?
Morning.
The Rhode Island School of Design.
They love me around here.
Risty.
What up, Chuck?
Hey man, what's happening, dude?
What up, Chuck? Look at how big Chuck's office is.
I know, man.
That big game was
Too bad. How you living?
I'm doing alright.
All right, cool. Well, I've got some
This is
custom
weird.
designs for you. I print them out on my computer, and you know, it ended up working out for me because a lot of the paintball companies, like JT and other various ones, you know, they need graphic arts and they want stuff that comes from the players that means something and they know it's going to work, and you know, they want to see that edgy side to their factory design stuff. I don't know. Focus on that and make it happen.
Okay, here we go. We'll watch this one finally.
Dynasty 5 guns off the break.
Oh, Sean
Alex
Walker's
Brady
announcing
goes to
this one.
Dorito 1.
Interesting.
There you see Alex in the...
Sean Walker had himself announce a lot of these things.
Right in front of Alex. He's now the front player on top of the screen.
Look at how big that shocker looks.
Alex is going to play a little cat and mouse here.
Oh, we might see Billy Bernaccia. I think Billy Bernaccia might have been on the Hurricanes right there, right now.
Now coming from left to right.
I don't think that's...
Hurricanes lose their first player as Todd Martinez slides into the bottom snake. Dynasty's so aggressive.
You know what I noticed? There's fake crowd noise.
Right now, they don't
Listen really
defense,
careful, guys. You can hear the fake crowd noise.
Hurricanes making a secondary move to the bottom snake. Now in Justin Schwartz and Hurricanes players are both right in the snake. Oh, nice bunker move by Justin Schwartz.
Hear that fake crowd noise?
Hurricanes player. Oh, and a penalty. Penalty. 1-for-1. That means the Hurricanes player was playing on after he got shot. That's a penalty in this sport. Means you lose one of your buddies, and buddies goes to dead box.
Sean Walker is not very good.
After he got shot,
that's a penalty in this sport.
Penalty in this sport means you lose one of your buddies, and buddies goes to dead box. I think Dynasty smells blood now.
I just want to see if we see Billy Bernaccia or not.
3 guys left.
See, listen to the crowd.
Side, the back 3 bunkers. Ryan going down one snake. Alex and Justin the other snake.
That's funny.
Both in the red
Fake
zone, that
noise.
center of the field, so important. Once a team finds that red zone, they just got to apply the pressure and put them out of their misery right now. 7 guys alive, only 1 guy left on the bottom of the screen, 1 guy left at the top.
Lame.
I'm known as the team captain. Like, I have the title as team captain. And, you know, I try, when I'm making a decision, I try to get the
thought he was
team's,
going to kiss him right there.
Entire, and, you know, I try, when I'm making a decision, I try to get the team's, you know, entire opinion. The team's...
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This game again.
You know, entire opinion. The team's opinion, not my opinion. You know, I can overlook my opinion to understand which way the team wants to move.
The fucking music in the background.
The last moments of this game again as the Dynasty players
we already
circle
watched this.
for blood. 1, 2.
The War Games facility in Southern California.
Oh shit.
We'll be back with more extreme paintball
Beyond the Paint
on FSN.
For years, Jeff Orr worked side by side with his father Bud Orr to develop and innovate some of the best paintball markers the world has ever seen.
I'm Jeff Orr. I spent my life making some of the sickest paintball guns on the planet.
I don't even know who Jeff Orr is. The SR is fucking terrible.
Each Jeff
SR
Orr Signature
Cocker
Series
was...
autococker is designed, custom fitted and machined by Jeff at the War Games facility in Southern California. Every month, Jeff creates a new run of limited edition custom fitted autocockers and pump markers. Autococker, when accuracy counts.
No, I do not. I don't believe that at all. Click.
What is this?
No, that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Click.
You got something you need to do? We got the energy to do it. Mad Croc, energy gum, chews, and drinks.
Are these like actual commercials? This is on the DVD.
You got something you need to do?
This
we
is
got the
Mad
energy
Croc
to do it. Mad
things.
Croc, energy gum, chews, and drinks.
Spider Classic Series.
Interesting.
Spider VS Series. Spider MR Series. Celebrating 15 years of...
Come on.
Our next NPPL Super 7 matchup features San Diego Dynasty against Sacramento Excessive, led by league veteran Rich Telford.
We blow our knees out, we blow our ankles out because we're running and diving and smashing into things. But on top of that, some guy's got a paintball gun and he's gonna try to come put paint on your head as much as he can and move on. So it's definitely an extreme sport. And anybody that says it's not, tell them come talk to me. We'll go out and play, and then if they say afterwards it's not an extreme sport, I will recant.
This is like old school right here. Look at the excessive. Look how excessive is spelled.
Right to the left in the yellow jerseys.
So this excessive team is like after excessive. So the like
everyone alive. Oh no.
The reason excessive was spelled XSV is because they had a sponsorship by a company called XS Energy. So they kind of like named the team, you know, kind of after the energy drink.
Alex Frazier into the snake. Everyone's moving a little bit.
And later on, they just changed the name back to regular excessive.
Just trying to figure out how
spelled correctly. But now, again, it's back to XSV.
A lot of shooting happening, just moving around, finding for that spot. Dynasty moves up into the snake. you see this a lot with the players going back and forth between bunkers, trying to keep the other team off guard. Dynasty's doubled up the Snake and Snake 2 and Snake 1.
And I don't know why Sean Walker, the announcer, right here, the guy doing the announcing, this is the actual president of the MPPL at the time. So it's kind of weird that he's doing the announcing. You just hire somebody to do a good job. Why have Sean Walker do it? I feel like he decided to do it because he like wanted to do it. He's like, I'll just do it.
Each team's hoping to pick a couple people off so they can capitalize on that. But
this excessive roster is also really weird. You still have some guys on it, like Rich is still on there. I think Micah is probably on the team.
Players that when you're reloading your guns down, you can't shoot anybody. So one of the skills you learn is shooting and reloading at the same time. Ryan's got it down good. He's actually shooting, reloading, and talking.
There's Micah, right?
That's the trifecta. Excessive player into the Snake. Ref checking him. Because the Dynasty players are yelling out, they shot him going in.
Look at how good the turf looks, though. I really like the turf. Looks really good.
Down. Looks like he's going to stay in clean, so not eliminated. Made it in clean. A little more now. Excessive's concentrated on the top Snake. There's actually 2 Snakes on this field. Here you see Excessive player in the bottom Snake working by himself, but the other players of Excessive working the top Snake, trying to get that Dynasty player out. Looks like their game plan is to move up the top and around. Another Excessive player just got eliminated off the back bunker, so now 5 on 6. Oh, Dynasty player now out of the back bunker as well.
When was Dynasty sponsored by Intel?
All Snake bunkers look like they're from Excessive and Dynasty. Ooh, Dynasty players, get a little antsy. He's got no one to
It was
shoot
definitely
at.
the MPPL days. So it was probably like 04, 05-ish somewhere.
Shot on the way. Good job, Excessive, keeping their guy alive. So Dynasty player eliminated. Now
Somewhere like that.
And Excessive.
Do they have Intel on their jerseys on these at all? Because they used to have the Intel logo like on the chest or stomach or something like that. I think 05-ish. This is 2006.
Excessive's moving up. 4 Dynasty players left, 5 Excessive players left. Excessive's pushing really hard in the red zone on the Dynasty
And look
side
how
of the
Rich's
field.
arms like way out.
You see the 4 Dynasty players really playing back right now. They've lost their front players. They've lost their
Pinstripe jerseys? I'm not
Ooh, Excessive guy.
sure.
Let's see if he
You
gets
probably
hit.
just look, right?
He flinched.
Dynasty, Paintball,
But the ref is checking him.
Intel?
And, yep, did get him. Ref calls him out. There he goes. So now down 4 on 4. The whole mentality changes when you get down in the game. Now it's not jockeying for
They have the
position
logo
anymore.
for sure on the pinstripe jersey. But the pinstripe jersey has the Intel logo like really small on the chest, on like the top, you know, your shoulder area. I thought they had one that said like Intel huge on the front. Maybe not. I don't know.
When all the dust clears, their player will be left standing. A lot of communication, a lot of
Is Matt playing? He should be. Yeah, right. He should be.
People say, hey, you know, you should have walkie-talkies or communication that's illegal actually in paintball.
I don't remember though. Maybe he was not playing by now.
Calling out places, calling out positions, plays just like in football, basketball. There's an in-game play, and here goes Brian down the middle, eliminated Excessive player. Another Dynasty right on the heels, but he gets eliminated also. This is that damage time. Everyone's going to try to create as much damage as possible. Everyone smells it. There's only half a minute max left in this game.
That's Neil Eberle.
Everyone's moving. Excessive eliminates another Dynasty player, but the Dynasty player
Trying to tell who
eliminates
people are.
Player.
I think that's Neil.
The crowd goes wild, and when the dust settles, oh, Excessive player left. One Excessive player left, Rich Telford, the old man running the whole way back, taking the
Interesting. Well, I don't know.
Because it means that the outside sponsors are getting a look at the sport now, and it's just like a snowball effect after that.
Montreal
it's good
image.
For the kids that are coming up, and I see a lot of these kids. They have a lot of want, and they want to be in the sport, and they see it going places, and the support that the parents are giving them.
And you know, it was a good time.
Well, that's that, guys. That was interesting. I don't know. I just wanted to see what it was. And we watched it for a little bit. Is anybody still here? I haven't even checked on like if people are still with us. Woo, there's still people here. I still have the Excessive DVD. Which Excessive DVD? I have this one. Probably that one. The excessive story. I should have burned that too. I should probably rip that too, actually. This is pretty cool. It's got like this book and stuff in here. Oh wow, this is kind of neat. Although I don't have my camera set up, so we can't really look at it together, but it's kind of cool. It comes with a little like booklet of different photographs. This is one thing I would like to do though, is make a photo book. I think it's kind of cool. It's really nice to like see stuff in person. You know? It's just a little different experience. Look at all these monkey with a gun stickers. They're very like Soviet, so maybe they're communist, and we should boycott them like everyone's doing with HK now because people are idiots. I'll tell you, some of the people on Reddit. I mean, if you're a Reddit user and you go on the paintball subreddit, I mean, I'll tell you what, guys. A large portion of the world is filled with idiots. A large portion. I mean, I'd go with like 85%. We're boycotting HK now? Yeah, exactly. A bunch of idiots. Well, what really happened? Let's see if we can find it actually. So what happened was HK Army. Let's see. Damn, I don't know. I'm not logged. Oh, I am logged into Reddit. Never mind. So why are these not? Oh yeah. So whoever the hell the guy is on Reddit, Bones Jackson, is just insane. He's just loco. So, oh, okay. They took the headband off. I'll see. I'll go over. We'll whoa, Jesus Christ! I just hit a button on the switcher that I've never touched before. Let's see here. Let's see here. So he says, drama, stupid drama. But he's the person who did this. So he's the person who brought it up, but he's going to complain about the drama. Recently, a user noticed that HK Army's store had headgear that featured Nazi symbols and Nazi-adjacent imagery. Unfortunately, we can't find them. I mean, they had the things on here. So now that HK like had like some like imagery that looks like Nazi imagery, everyone on Reddit just thinks they're Nazis. So most of these people have like zero rational like thinking skills. They have no ability to think for themselves, and it's sort of fucking ridiculous. So like, who thinks HK is a bunch of Nazis is crazy. One thing they, dang, I think it was maybe called the Apex headband. No. There's one headband that had like lightning bolts on it. But they're like stupid, just a logo. It's like, you know, I don't know. So, you know, people think that it's all Nazis. They're Nazis now, which is the dumbest shit fucking ever. Oh, someone just deleted a bunch of messages. Didn't someone said like, oh, Nightbot deleted the messages? What? I'm sorry, Ron. I don't even know why Nightbot is currently active. Sorry, Ron. Well, I can remove Nightbot, so it won't do it again. Sorry, Ron. I know I saw you like, you were like, search this, and then it disappeared super fast. So it's just crazy. So one of the things that they probably didn't do right, is that like, just Google HK controversial headband. Is it going to actually come up though? Because like, you know, the internet, there are no websites that talk about paintball. So, I mean, that's kind of part of the problem. Oh, here's one of them. Yeah, but this is the one, this is the headband that I don't think was, this is the one with the lightning bolts on it. And like, it's such a stretch to be like, this is Nazi imagery. Like, you know, you guys can, I don't know how to fucking do this shit. You know, you can see those lightning bolts and they're like, oh, they're Nazis now because there's fucking lightning bolts on the goddamn headband. But there's another one too that was like kind of Native American style stuff that I think that the Nazis co-opted the design kind of. And then people were saying that like, because of those two things, they're Nazis now. But what the real problem I think was that when it was pointed out to them, they were like, oh, there was some like bullshit response that probably was not the greatest reply. And I think that that's what kind of tipped it over the edge. But it's crazy because like the guy who replied is not a white guy. So like half the goddamn company's like Mexican guys. So I don't know. Anyway, it's just crazy. I was hoping that I would be the next person to be called a Nazi. I did get told one time I was racist by some girl I went out with on a date twice. That was interesting. Kenny, was it Kenny not Kenny Rosenberg. Who the hell's Kenny Rosenberg? Why am I forgetting Kenny's last name? I don't know exactly what their response even was. Let's go back to that Google search of controversial headband. HK. Okay, there we go. Oh no, that's not really the response though. But they did take all the headbands down and stuff. Oh, there they are. So here, dude, I got so many freaking windows open. So here's the two headbands that makes you a Nazi. There's that one. That was the one that, that's the one we talked about, the lightning bolt one. And what's crazy is this headband is probably like, I sold this at my paintball store. So this headband is like over 10 years old. I mean, it's probably 10 plus years old, that design. And then there's this one, which, you know, I don't fucking know. I'm not all like versed on Nazi imagery. Personally, I think this more looks Egyptian than anything. Doesn't it look kind of like the Eye of Ra or the Eye of Sauron or whatever the hell they call that shit? But I don't know. I was not ready to talk about this. I would have had this all prepared. I don't know. But yeah, his reply was essentially like, you're an idiot. Not really. I don't think he said that, but it was kind of like, whatever. Like, it's not our problem. Sorry, we screwed up. Go away. It wasn't a very good reply or response. That's probably the biggest problem. Chris, the Nazis used a lot of Egyptian symbology. Okay, well, that's probably why. It's just crazy. But to be fair, you know, we talked about this FaZe paintball company thing I started, and there have been alternative brand names that were there before FaZe. One of them was Standard Sample. Another one was Standard something. I can't remember the brand names. Why am I like Kenny's last name? Kenny Rosenberg? I can't blanking on his name. Either way, he's not a white guy. Yeah, there were other brand names, and I was very aware that like I wanted to make a logo. You know, I wanted the logo. It at some point would have been SS for the logo, and it's like, yeah, that does kind of like the stormtrooper Nazi secret police guys, you know. So that's one reason that I didn't go with that brand name, because I didn't want it to have like SS as the logo. So, you know, I was kind of aware, but I don't know. I think it's goddamn crazy. I think people need to get off the goddamn internet. That's what I think. What's the latest on the die skin? Nothing. There's like a court date in January. That's all. That's all. People just need to get off the internet, you know, like, it's crazy that, like, people think that, like, I don't know, people just have too much goddamn free time. Like, you read the comments and, like, replies and stuff on the Reddit stuff about HK, and it's like, you fucking people are dumb as rocks. Will, if you had to choose one gun, I saw Travis's comment was redacted, and I thought Nightbot deleted it. If you had to choose one gun for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? Some brand says Glock 19. I'd probably choose a 45 of some type. No, I don't know. If I could choose one paintball gun, I'd probably have my EMAC. I mean, straight up, like, I use a stock EMAC most of the time I play, and I love the goddamn thing. I've never taken it apart. Well, that's not true. I've never really done any maintenance. I've never, nothing. It just goddamn works. And it's perfectly fine for me. I don't play tournaments. So an EMAC is 100% fine for me. I really do like it. I mean, I think that the ergonomics on the EMAC are the best out of any paintball gun. It's the same way I feel about like the Etha 3. Like when I hold the Etha 3, it just feels so good. Like, I've said that too. Like if I was to start playing tournaments and needed an electric gun, I might just buy an Etha 3. There's something to it, like being cheap and like, just who cares? Like Chris Raymond right there. He's rocking an Etha 2. Loves the thing. It's like, why buy anything else? There's something cool. There's something I like about that, like rugged, kind of like indestructible. It's kind of fun. It's kind of nice rather than having like, some gun that I'm scared to break or I'm all weary about scratching it. But, to each their own. Will says, all my local fields switched to EMACs for rentals. Now the rentals have nicer guns than me. Well, EMACs are cheap. I mean, you can buy like an EMAC for probably like $200 used, huh? $180, I guess, maybe somewhere in there. But that's what's great about the EMAC too. I mean, I talked about that. I think that that's like the best thing that Planet Eclipse did. Was release the EMAC, not for us even, right? Is they released that thing so inexpensive that it actually allowed paintball fields to get their rental customers in good equipment. They're not using 98s that are 20 years old or, shitty spiders. They actually have low pressure, reliable, quiet, good shooting guns, which is a big deal. Imagine your first time playing paintball and they give you a mask that fogs and, a Tippmann 98 and it's like shooting all over the place. Or maybe you get a mask that has a thermal lens and you get an EMAC. It's probably going to be I think, considerable different in experience. Ron says the MXR stinks. I don't know. I haven't really talked to anybody about the MXR in a couple weeks, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I talked to some of the guys who got the original ones, and there were some problems with them, but I haven't really talked to anybody about the MXR since like a lot of those like fixes, the like software update came out and stuff. Chris, yes, he means stock besides the barrel. Yeah, pretty much. It's 100% stock. It's right over there. Let's get it. We can look at it. 100% stock. So I don't even have the good valve in it. So even the guns that like you're buying right now, like a brand new EMAC, is actually better than this because the brand new ones have the FL3 valve. Oh, I got an on-off. This is actually not even from this gun, though. It's from my... This is probably going to get us kicked off YouTube. I got to go like this. My on-off. That's from my Etha... Not my Etha. The EMF 100. Bam, 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 bam. Stock. I don't have the trigger spring. You can hear the trigger going back and forth. 100% stock. pretty sure, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not now. Why is Planet Eclipse the only one with a stack tube poppet on the market? We kind of talked about those earlier. There's currently MacDev. Do I still have that up there? Nope. MacDev, they're going to release the Cyborg X that's going to be a stack tube poppet. They're only making 200 though, and we don't really know like a price or a date or anything. They just said they're doing it. But I think the main reason, well, really, let's say, I don't know why I'm taking the bolt out. Look at the bolt. The main reason that there were two different guns forever was, those poppet valve guns, they've just, historically been more reliable. They're a little bit simpler. But over time, really over the last 15 years, these spool valve guns have gotten so much more reliable that it's kind of made, the poppet valve guns not as good of an option because those spool valve guns are becoming just as reliable as those poppet valve guns. They're becoming more air efficient. So in a lot of ways, they were kind of outperforming. Those spool valve guns were outperforming those poppet valve guns. So we kind of just saw the G6R or the LV1 or the Cyborg 6, those poppet valve guns kind of just go away because those spool valve guns were able to do everything they could do and maybe a little bit better. Yeah, so that's kind of why just poppet valves went away, and we're kind of still there, right? I mean, I think that, the LV2, it's going to shoot just as well and it's just as reliable as all the other, high-end good guns out there. But there's no real advantage to it, and it certainly costs more to manufacture, and those guns are a little bit more complicated to make, so the manufacturers don't like it either. So I don't know, but there's certainly a market for it now. I mean, there was such a gap in between them manufacturing them, right? I mean, we went probably 5 or 6 years where there wasn't a poppet valve gun. And there was kind of I said there's kind of a market for it because there was this lull where people couldn't get one. So it kind of made people want one. So then Planet Eclipse kind of re-released that LV 1.6 and the LV2 became a thing. Send my lucks to that guy. Was it Pooty? What about Pooty? Pooty, Booty, Wooty. Pooty's a weird... Which Pooty, though? This Pooty? Pooty. Ooh, there we go. Let's save this one. I'm not paying attention. Oh, man. Damn! Yeah, I've always liked the anodizing. All that Pooty anodizing, he's always done a really good job. I really like that old school, not old school, but I think when they first started doing it, I don't know, years ago, that Picasa anodizing. This is the Pooty that I think of. Pooty. A Pooty. We'll just leave Pooty in the corner for now. Pooty's Paintball. I don't know if he does stuff anymore. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, because they were doing bolts and stuff and all kinds of stuff. So, Pooty Paintball. A Pooty. A Pootskers. Pootskers. Let's see. A Pooty Tang! That's what I think about when I think about Pooty. Here's some Luxes. Those are old Luxes, huh? Custom anodizing. 1 of 1 anodized parts. Lux parts. The Pooty LV1. LV2 bolts. Yeah, this kind of stuff's crazy. I don't know any stuff about this. I remember when he had his own bolt system and stuff, and I've totally lost track of all that stuff. But I always really liked some of the crazy anodizing. Like, this is just crazy, you know? It's just really cool. It's gnarly, dude. Like that barrel, that like Picasa ano, really, really cool. Really, really cool. So something's happening over there. There was a Matty Marshall Carnivore for sale on eBay a while back. How much did that go for? $40 to $50. Yep. I hate those goddamn carnivores. Although I never really liked I was never a fan of the electronic autococker. I don't know if anybody really was, to be honest. Who actually liked their electric autococker? Probably nobody. They're probably kind of cool now, but like back when you like were trying to use it as like a actual gun, it probably was not so great. Like remember Matt Marshall? I've heard him say he did not like it. So Crux Photography. BTWs. What would be the best way for me to get a hold of you for business chat? However you want. I would recommend this email address right here. I'll put it in the chat if I can type it. Paintball Brad. I cannot type Brad at paintballruinmylife.com. Although it didn't really work, but Brad at paintballruinedmylife.com. They're cool for a few points, but for a day, meh. For sure. That's why I was like, it's probably cool now, because you can like, you know, play a game or two and just put it away and get something else out, you know. But back in the day, man, getting those cockers working for like a full afternoon was not the easiest thing. Is the Shocker Era worth it over the amp? I don't know. It truly depends on the price, right? I mean, obviously, it just depends on how much the price difference is. Yep. And I don't know what those prices are right now. I don't know what amps are going for, used or new, honestly. I mean, it's certainly a better gun, but it's not crazy, you know, right? Like, I think about most of the time with these paintball guns, it's never really typically like a damn new or used. $400 versus $600. I think that at $400, the amp is still probably a better choice. Yeah. What was I talking about? I got distracted by pricing for a second there. Amp Era. What the hell was I talking about? Yes. So I do think that like some of these guns aren't, you know, big, huge changes, right? And I think that we're seeing that with all the Shockers that have come out, right? I mean, first the newer versions of the Shocker was the Shocker RSX. Then we got the XLS and the Amp, right? And then the Era, right? I'm not missing anything. And while if you look at the RSX compared to the Amp, or to the Era, sorry, there's a huge difference, right? Because there's been like 4 generations. And I kind of think about those guns as like, say they're like, you know, the iPhone or, you know, a Pixel from Google. I want to say that they're like, it'd be like, say like, you know, I have an iPhone 14 and going to the iPhone 16, there's some differences, right? But it's not huge. And I'd say that's kind of probably the way between the Amp and the Era. I wouldn't say it's like an iPhone. It's not like iPhone 14 to 15. It's more 14 to 16, you know, right? Where it's different, but it's not like wildly different. Right? Is that fair? I don't know. I don't like either of those things. If it were up to me, I wouldn't buy either of them. So, yeah. And now I'm like weirding out about the bolt in the amp in the era. The amp, yes, because the amp is when they changed the bolt, right? So the XLS and the amp have completely different bolt systems, right? Help me out. Right? Not talking about paintball literally every day. I don't know, I kind of forget stuff sometimes now. Why does HK stink? I don't think they stink. I think people that are uninformed and lack critical thinking skills, I think they stink. No one cared about rollback. Heck yeah, we've cared about rollback. We've cared about rollback for a long time. For sure. Yep. There have been all kinds of bolts that have like tried to address rollback. Yep, for sure. Through various bolt iterations. But it might be a little bit more pronounced with other guns, so just as Ron said, you end up with like this weird situation where like that ball goes back, and if it rolls back, that means the other one kind of sits right here, and it ends up a little bit lower, so that when the bolt actually goes forward, you shoot this bottom paintball comes out, but since this one is a little bit forward because there's circles, you know, it kind of can chicky-cham the bottom one. Hostility. I rock a 180R. It's good enough for weekend, speedball, rec play, and the occasional tournament. It's definitely good for all the tournaments. That's for sure good. Chris, where the hell's Chris Raymond at? Chris Raymond in here. He was here earlier. He plays all the tournaments with his Etha 2. J Fuse says, hey Brad, how's it going? I recently moved here to SAC and found the channel. Cool. Do you have a mountain bike channel? Nope. Or spend time in Santa Rosa? Nope. I mean, I've been to Santa Rosa like twice. You look familiar, and I noticed that cap jersey. Nope. Mountain bike channel. Nope. I'd like a mountain bike. I don't own a mountain bike currently. But the mountain bikes I want, you know, they're like $5,000, so I don't really have mountain bike money. I would like... no, I don't really want a new bike. I don't really want a mountain bike either, to be fair. I'd really like a hardtail. Sorta, though? I don't know. Good gosh. Mexico is getting regulations on paintballs and compressed guns as firearms. Really? I don't know anything about that. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. That's literally the first time I've heard about any of that. I mean, at one point they were supposed to do that here in the US too, and we like decided against it for some reason. Wow, in 2025, really? Huh. I just did like a search. I can't find anything. Huh. I wonder what it actually like means though, you know? Because is it all guns? All things that have compressed gas or something like that? Because like, I don't know. That starts to get weird. Yeah, for sure. I mean, firearms. They're just going to classify them as firearms because technically it's not a firearm, but like, you know, whatever. That's just like technicality. Weird, because I know they have laws like that in Germany, and they're still playing paintball in Germany. They have laws like that in Australia, I'm pretty sure, and they're still playing paintball. So I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird, you know. It's like they pass laws that, like, do they need this law even? You know, it's like, I don't know, like what, you know, like in America, if we passed a law that said, like, you know, the same thing, whatever, like anything that shoots over 200 feet per second is a firearm now or whatever, and you have to have a license and whatever. But why? You know, like, has something happened that, like, would, like, justify having that law, or are they just, like, preemptively banning stuff? You know, I don't know. Mike says, yeah, I'm Australian, and we used to be able to use field guns, not own our own. I think it's listed. I don't know. I know Australia is crazy. You gotta get like a gun safe and like all kinds of shit. National security. I don't know. Because of like China is gonna do something. Taiwan is gonna install surveillance into paintball guns or something. I don't know. Huh. Will T, for you guys outside the U.S., where are you from and what's the paintball scene like? I would love to go play. I played paintball in Malaysia once, but it would be really fun to like go anywhere and play. Like, it's so cool how guys are going to like, you know, Asia and stuff like that and going to like the Asia World Cup, and there's the Hormesis deal that was in Thailand. Thailand's going to have like that tournament on the beach soon or something like that. Really cool. It'd be really fun though. Weapons of mass destruction. What do I do for a living? Mainly paintball stuff. You're seeing portions of it. Yep. Well, that and other nonsense. Yeah, it's weird. So in Australia, you had to use like rental equipment only. I know that, like, I've looked into that a long time ago. I mean, it's been like a while since I remember looking into it, but I remember you having to like you had to like apply for a paintball gun. You had to like apply for a permit, and then you had to like get a gun safe, and then you had to like prove that you had a gun safe, and then you had to like order the paintball gun and like this crazy like set of like weird things you have to do to own a paintball gun. PB Lover 69. The best way to go about getting a job in the paintball industry. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, obviously, I think that I would say that most people that work in paintball are probably working at paintball fields or paintball stores. Yeah. Paintball fields or paintball stores. Yeah, Steve Johns says sales. Steve Johns. Freaking weird. You know, my middle name is Steven. My last name is Johnson. Steve. My dad's name is Steve Johnson though too, so I don't. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Getting jobs in the industry. Yeah, sales is probably. I was like, most people probably work at stores or fields, but throughout like manufacturers, if we're to look at like Planet Eclipse and like, you know, if Core or, you know, all the big companies. Most of their employees are probably sales reps, but I don't know nowadays, you know, like so much has changed in the last like just few years, how companies or how stores place orders with manufacturers and stuff, that most of that's just all like email. So it's like, I don't even know what sales reps are really doing as much anymore. I don't know. I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, if you look at like, I don't know, let's look at like Core. So Core outdoor. So Core have like let's go here. So Core certainly have not all their staff, but somewhere on this website they have a bunch of staff listed. There's jobs and careers. Let's see what there's going on here. They got a bunch of shit. You got to move to Canada, though. If you're in Canada, there's jobs right there. You could be an industrial cleaner. You could be a general warehouse worker. But you got to live in Montreal. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere on here. Maybe it's in the About section. No. Team? I guess so. That's probably what it is, huh? Okay. So here's what I wanted to point out is that one of the really hard parts about this whole industry, and I think most industries, it's not just paintball, it's more about who you know and networking than anything, right? You can be dog shit at your job, and if you know the right person, you're going to get a job. So we'd just like to point out that all of these guys, I'm not sure who this guy is. No, there. I was saying is all of these people are paintball players, you know, like paintball players. I don't know who Steven Baldwin is, but look at this. Back in 1987, paintball player Martin Stelling. I'm not sure who Martin is. I'm not sure who they are either. But my point was that this is like the management. You know, if we were to look at like the sales reps, if you're to look at like the manager of the paint plant, if we're looking at like the sponsorship people that are in charge of sponsorships, it's all just people that know people. So you essentially have to be pro to work for some of these companies because they're just hiring people they know from the in the industry. You know, it's like, look at HK Army. You look at the HK guys, and it's just all people that have been playing paintball forever and knows everybody. It's hard. Yeah, you just have to know people. Or be good at your job, right? I mean, that was the sale. Someone said sales earlier. And there's plenty of people that are like professional salesmen, right? Like sales reps that have worked for, you know, other random companies. But it is definitely not easy. Chris Martin says, G1 released new adhesive tape foam for the ProFlex, softer than the current JT and Empire stuff. I know that they released their foam kit, and I was going to look at those. They were actually going to try to send one over, and I don't know what happened to that. I think that they like sold out, and I like didn't get a hold of them fast enough. Yeah, there is this. This is like a full new. I think that's what you were probably talking about. So is it actually like sticky on the foam itself, or do you have to like glue it on? So yeah, you can actually tape it on. Huh. Self-adhesive foam. Cool. Officially JT approved. That's pretty interesting. Huh. Because JT was giving shit to some of these companies for making stuff. It does look cool. It's crazy how it's so like... Oh, it is just a foam, I guess. I was thinking they were making like a goggle frame and shit for a second when I just saw this. G1. Everything I've had from them, everything we've kind of touched on this channel at least, I really liked. They have their headgear that I'm a big fan of. I'm pretty sure that we can... Let's see. I really like... of these. I'm a fan of these. Let's see, if we add it to our cart and we actually use a code. Let's see if the code works still. If we put in, God, I cannot see. Monitor is too far away. Bang, you get 10% off. Look at that. And it's $30 instead of $30.56 instead of $34. You should check out G1. Use that code PBRML10. You can buy yourself one of these beanies. I really do like these things. They're made really well. It's got like padding around the top, and it's like lightweight on the top. It's just like lightweight fabric, so it bends really easy. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Polyester socks. I don't know, dude. Are polyester socks? They probably are like. Are all socks polyester? I'm getting kind of cold. It's getting chilly out there, I think. I got shorts and a t-shirt on. Has anyone tried the G1 waterproof socks? I don't know. That's such like a weird product to me. Because like, I don't know. Waterproof socks in general are just odd to me. What's the point of them? And are they really waterproof, you know? Because you can technically waterproof anything. I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip. All you gotta do is buy like DWR spray. Just buy this shit and spray your clothes with it. Durable, I don't know what this exact brand is, but all this is, like all your clothes, like all our waterproof clothes, all they do is have like a coating of plastic on the outside essentially. All they are is like sprayed and treated with this stuff so that the water just beads off. So it's likely that you could just buy, yeah, see, it's like just beads off. If you just like buy some socks and like spray them down with this shit, they'll be waterproof. There you go. Make some waterproof socks. What I found is that coating stuff, it'll wear off on your jackets, right? So like if you have it on like a rain jacket, the jacket can be perfectly fine, but that coating will wear off. So you do have to like, you can actually buy it and like reapply that coating. So you could probably do it with socks. I don't know. I still don't know why I like waterproof socks. Like Chris says waterproof socks. Chris, my waterproof socks are definitely worth it. Walked around in ankle deep mud in Texas and feet stayed dry underneath. I guess that is good, because I'm like, I think about it like being cold still. I'm like, well, my feet are going to be cold and like weird, so. But for sure, just having your feet not wet, like actually wet, is going to keep them way drier, or obviously drier. It's going to be way warmer, and I imagine just way more comfortable. You know, it's not all like gross. Will says, prefer waterproof shoes over socks. Get some Solomon sneakers that are waterproof, and they're like a magic. Yeah, I've never had waterproof shoes. Those are those Vessi shoes you see all the time. I always wear like soccer cleats though. I can't play like paintball at least. I have to wear like minimal shoes, like soccer cleats. I could play in Vans, but they have to be like small shoes. Oh, I got like a 13 size foot, so like, you know, sometimes shoes get heavy. What's with that guy in the top left corner? That's Pootie right up there. I can't see him. I'm, you know, looking into the wall over here. But that's Pootie. It's Pootie Tang. That's a movie. When the hell did Pootie Tang come out? Pootie Tang? Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang was a movie that came out in 2001 starring Chris Rock, Lance Cowther, Wanda Sykes, J.B. Smoove, Jennifer Coolidge, Robert Vaughn, David Cross, Andy Richter, That's a heck of a cast. Dave Attell, Kristen Bell. Listen to this cast. Conan O'Brien. Missy Elliott. Todd Barry. Bob Costas. Wow. That's a crazy cast for a movie. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know. I probably wouldn't classify it as a good movie. It was good for its time and place. Ron says, I feel like all the paintball pants are made by the same company. Nah, I don't agree. I hear what you're saying. It depends on the pants. A lot of the joggers, that's why it's been so hard to like talk about pants now too, is because people will be like, what are the best pants? And it's like, there's like 400 pant companies. I do feel that a lot of the joggers are similar, right? Like the JT ones. And then there's like, I assume the Ruthless stuff. We should just start like talking shit about Ruthless all the time. A lot of those I do hear you. I feel like they are fairly similar. Some brands says one factory in China. It's very possible. You know, back in the day, Angels and Tipmans were made in the same factory. When Angel went to China, they actually teamed up with GI and helped take part of their space in the factory. Which, I mean, they're different machines. They just like go over there in the corner thing, you know. Did you remove the... No, I forgot all about that. I totally forgot about that. I'm going to put that on my list of stuff to do, though. I will put it on my day off list that I will probably do on my day off, whatever day that is. What am I doing? Check out LCD battery. We want to see if it's like corroded in there. Or did it corrode? Didn't we already look at that? No. I took the back cap off, right? Or the front cap? I don't remember. We'll check it out. I do kind of want that gun to work, but I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's cool to have, but like, I don't know if I would use it. You know, like, I'd get it to work, and then I'd use it 1 or 2 games and be like, all right, now what? Like, now it's just going to sit again for 10 years. So, like, I don't know. I'm not really like, I don't know. I don't really care if it works or not. Because I'd have to get, like, you know, I got to change the board and battery, and I got to figure all that shit out. I just don't, you know, I don't know. I'd probably just use my eMac and be like, we'll use the eMac. I gotta get car insurance too. I gotta call about that. That's on my list. I gotta remove the change from the center console in my car. I got some chairs to sell. I have to list some chairs for sale. If anybody's interested in a... Here's what I've got for sale. I have a... Let's see. I have a... What is it? A steel case gesture. I always have a problem with the word gesture and jester. I always like say jester. So I've got a steel case, one of these things. If anybody's interested in a steel case, whatever, they're very expensive, but I'll give it to you for a good price. You know, we're probably about $500. I got a steel case gesture, and then I have a Herman Miller Aeron. And I got a medium Herman Miller Aeron. So if anybody, you know, is in the area and you're looking for a good chair, it's not euros. I gotta sell these chairs because they don't fit my body. I would love this chair, but I actually ordered I've had a medium. It's a medium, and it doesn't fit my body at all. They're not in here at all. And then the steel case doesn't fit my body either, so I'm almost better off with just cheap wooden chairs. Who knows? Did you bare cheeks ever touch the chair? Nope. I mean, I don't think so. I don't really remember. I'm not like sitting around naked. 50% off a lightly shat chair. You know, a little bit. Right. I cleaned it. It's been dry. No, I didn't clean it. I never even sit in the steel case chair. I've had it like 4 years and it just kind of like floats around. And I'm like, I gotta get rid of this goddamn thing. There's just no point in me having it. All right, guys. Chris Martin with the $10 Happy Thanksgiving. All the paintball ruined my life, homies. I'm thankful for fat bread. So am I. I love that picture. It's so funny. I just hope someone's not like, it's offensive. And I'm like, well, don't be fat. It's not offensive to me. I just think it's hilarious. I think it's so funny. It's great. What's funny is like a bunch of people have asked me like if I've lost a bunch of weight. That's what I think's so funny. Here, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up that actual like big picture. I think it's the funniest shit ever. Man, I really don't know where it is though. I have like crap all over computers. Man. Video backups, images, me? Oh yeah, there we go. So funny, dude. Look at that. Do I kind of look like Peter Griffin a little bit? Maybe it's just because it's so fat. What's really funny though is I photoshopped. So like this is just one of those stupid apps, you know, where like it's like one of those beauty apps, but it's like it's like it only lets you. The free ones are all the ones that are ugly people and like makes you gross, which I think's hilarious. And I had to actually like add on shoulders because in the picture, like it just does your head, you know? So like my head was just huge. It was like this huge fat guy head and the shoulders were like normal still. So I had to like make the like shoulders like big or whatever. It was pretty funny. Which app was it? I don't know. It was I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I made a few of them. There's one with a pink shirt that was pretty funny. I don't have that one here though. Yeah, I just think it was funny. What's really funny though is I had to do it multiple times. It was like make me fat and then I'd save the picture and I'd do it again and I'd do it again and I'd do it again to make it like bigger and bigger and bigger. Good times. Anyway, all right guys. If I don't know, make sure to give the live stream a like. It's really helpful. You know, maybe think about checking out your local. Oh, whoops! Get that lady out of here. The local Paintball Ruined My Life store, where you can get some headbands, you know, barrel covers. There's some cool T-shirts in there. There's this cool Paintball Ruined My Life hat. You can get the skull logo T-shirt all over there in the Paintball Ruined My Life store. Brad, what's Thanksgiving looking like? Oh, I'm going to family stuff, you know, normal shit. I think I might ride my bike though on Thursday morning. I'm not sure. I gotta be at a friend's house at 12. I'm gonna hang out there for a little bit. So I don't know. I might go. I don't know. I might go somewhere on the river, like Auburn or something like that, and ride my bike. Maybe like the El Dorado Hills Trail. What's that trail? El Dorado Hills Trail? I don't know. Dude, get hit by a car. I've been hit by 3 cars. 3 cars. One time was bad. I broke some bones. It was a hit and run. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. I don't know. I was trying to think of something. I don't got anything. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hopefully you might have like 4 days in a row off or something. That'd be really cool. But if not, you know, I will see you guys very soon on Monday.